What's up? Um, Something that I'm wanting to go over, because it's that time of year um, to get the Christmas shopping done. Um, but what I'm wanting to do, because I've seen some different websites on what they say are good gift ideas for truck drivers. So, as a truck driver, I'm gonna give my opinion about what these websites are saying. Um, but now, one thing though some things to keep in mind on gift ideas. Now, this is my opinion, and I encourage other truck drivers to leave some comments with their opinions about these different gift ideas. But um, some other things to take into consideration too. If that individual you're buying a gift for, are they an owner operator? Do they own that truck, or is it a company driver where you can't do any electrical modifications in the truck system, or the electrical modifications can't go past plugging something in, or permanent modifications to the truck itself in the cosmetics, or something that requires you to run bolts or screws through something. So, if it's a company driver, find out the policies, um, that company that they're driving for, because I know many companies are strict about some things. But go ahead and get started in the list. The first thing in the list is GPS for trucks. Um, Honestly, one thing that you gotta keep in mind, if you buy a GPS, I really don't want to encourage buying a GPS, because there are so many drivers who have replaced trip planning with using a GPS. It's a great tool to have if it's a GPS intended for trucks, not just Google Maps. But uh, the it's a great additional tool to have to your driving. But I don't want to encourage anything that's gonna cause more drivers to top their trailers, or rip down power lines in some residential street. And then next on the list, a portable safe or fireproof box. Not just for truck drivers, but yeah, it's a great thing to have. Because uh, in this job, the likelihood of a fire happening is increased in a truck. Even if that driver is smart on how to work with the electronics and how many things he can plug in and everything, on how to secure the electronics and how to secure the wiring, it still can happen. Still a greater chance for it to happen in a truck than a home or a house. I mean, because but yeah, a fireproof box is a great thing to have as a truck driver. Some some items that can't be replaced, or items that are essential to your life that are hard to replace, like things like your social security card, birth certificate, DD 214, things like that. So next on the list, electric blanket. Um, my thoughts on it: it isn't. I don't like electric blankets, but now for another truck driver, even though we have APUs on trucks nowadays, well, some of us do, but not all of us. But if anything ever comes up with the APU, a lot of drivers might find an electric blanket is something that would be nice to have when the APU fails and they can't have heat in the truck. So Next in the list, a truck mattress or a mattress topper. Um, my thoughts about this, the way my company works with the mattresses. When you start with the company, you get your first truck, the mattresses in your truck are going to be wrapped in plastic. They're brand new. Um, so, once, now let's say after time and you get a different truck, like when I went from the 2018 T680 to the earlier this year, I got 2021 brand new. Now, from the manufacturers, it might have come with brand new mattresses, but yeah, the company took the mattresses out and had me move my mattress from my old truck to my new one. So they took the new mattresses out of this to put in the older trucks for the new hires. So, but now in my opinion, a truck mattress, not necessarily a good gift idea, but now a mattress topper though is awesome. Awesome. So moving on in the list, phone accessories. Depending on that individual's taste, because I mean, yeah, something to hold your phone up while you're driving. Yeah, it's nice to have, but yeah, I'm not encouraging drivers to. I'm not trying to encourage distracted driving, but I mean, whenever you do get that phone call, even though you have the headset and everything, it's nice to be able to see who is calling before you answer it. And some chargers and extension cords. The USB extension cords are also nice. And then next in the list, cushions. To be honest with you, I do not like cushions. And I remember somebody got me some kind of thing that's supposed to be good for your back, but to be honest with you, I hate it. It hurts my back, and I just threw it in a box and forgot all about it. So, yeah. But my thoughts on it, though, find out if it's to that individual's liking or not. Because to be honest with you, the cushions, I'm content with the factory seats for the moment. Now, as I get older, we might reevaluate that as I get older. And then next on the list, add-on accessories. And again, like I said earlier, it depends on if they're a company driver, on what modifications the company allows. Like in most cases, mud flaps, companies will not let you replace the mud flaps with the posing woman, the naked woman, or the Yosemite Sam back off mud flaps. But find out if the company allows that gift idea for that accessory that you want to buy for them. But something like that isn't a permanent modification, like floor mats, steering wheel covers. Yeah, those are good ideas. The suicide knob, or the steering wheel knob. My thoughts on that. If it's a company driver, in most cases, no, because it depends on what size steering wheel that knob is intended for. Because the standard kind that you can pick up at AutoZone, you have to cut the steering wheel to make it fit. So a lot of companies will not like that. And then as far as goes, from my opinion personally, I hate them. I do not like them. They bump my arms as I'm trying to drive. But moving on. Oh, also another thing too. Seat covers. The seat covers that I mean, like me, I have AC/DC seat covers in my Toyota, but those same seat covers will not fit these seats in this Kenworth. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Now, also, if you intend on buying seat covers for someone with their personal car or whatever, now one thing to keep in mind, because I've had people buy gifts like this for me. Most places, Walmart, AutoZone, all those places that sell seat covers, one box is not a set. One box is one seat, so you have to buy two boxes to have a matching set for both front seats of the vehicle. Now, moving on in the list, a shower kit. Now, my opinion about it, I already have what I want. And actually, to be honest with you, I'd rather have my backpack than some little shaving bag. But that's just my preference on that. Now, whoever you're buying the gift for, if they would appreciate something else, that's something. But now, moving on, a planner or organizer, office supplies, things like that. Awesome idea, because in this job there is the bureaucratic bullcrap side of this job. Because I know at the end of every trip that I do, I'm actually sitting at this table in my sleeper for 20 minutes at the end of every trip, filling out paperwork and working with the TransFlow app on my phone. So yeah, general office supplies like pens, dry erase pens, because I use the crap out of dry erase pens because I take notes on my window. So it's sticky notes, staplers, staple removers. But yeah, just office supplies, because there is the bureaucratic bullcrap side of this business. And then next in the list is satellite radio. Before I give my opinion about it, but now I'm going to go ahead and say this. Satellite radio is better than the factory AM/FM radio. Satellite radio is awesome because you hold that channel throughout your entire trip, minus the loss of signal in those certain places. But now, like a standard FM station, once you leave that area, you have to fix your radio again. But now, my opinion, I do not listen to radio stations whatsoever, including satellite radio, and the reason being is because the radio stations play the same songs over and over and over. I know your country pop stations are playing the top 50 over and over and over. Now, before anyone says it, classic rock stations will listen to classic rock. They play more variety. No, they don't. they still play the same songs. Oh, I swear to God, every classic rock station in this nation, I swear to God, you're going to hear Sweet Child of Mine 5 times a day. Now, okay, now moving on in the list. Audiobooks, CDs, DVDs. Um, Good ideas, because, or basically anything that that driver can keep himself entertained when he's taking his breaks, 34-hour resets, or detained at the shipper or receiver. Some ways to stay entertained. Books are awesome. I love comic books. CDs, maybe find out if that individual's interested in CDs. But now, me personally, we're kind of moving past CDs now, where people are using different networks, streaming networks, and downloads and all that. Where, yeah, and actually the factory radio in here now in my 2018 T680 had a CD player. Now my 2021 T680, it don't have the CD player in it. It just has the. I use the USB. I stick a thumb drive into the radio and listen to. I have about 3,000 songs stored on it that I listen to. So yeah, I have a wider variety than what any radio station will play. So, but anyways, moving on in the list, Truck Atlas. That is an awesome idea because every so often, drivers need an updated atlas, an updated truck stop guide. And then also, they have different books and stuff like hazmat loads, things like that. And the drivers need updated versions. So, not a bad idea. And then moving on, portable refrigerator or cooler. Different drivers have different tastes. Some like an electric cooler because you can move it anywhere. Have it next to your bed when you're on your break, or throw it up in the passenger side when you're driving. Keep your drinks and cold drinks cold and in arm's reach. Some drivers like that. Now, me personally, I like the mini fridge better because I have yet to see any electric cooler perform to my liking. So, but find out that individual and what his preference is. Next in the list, power inverter. I'm going to go ahead and say in most cases, no, there's no need for a power inverter because this comes standard. My truck comes standard with one. Most trucks come standard with inverters already in them. Now, let's say if it's some owner-operator that likes the classic truck better that don't have an inverter in it. If it's something that he wants in it, yeah. Next on the list, first aid kit. Something that I don't really think much about, but I have a more advanced first aid kit than what most people carry. Because I don't have just a box with alcohol wipes and band-aids. No, I have a traumatic bleeding kit, tourniquets. I have about everything I can legally carry on the truck with me. I would like to have the IV bags with the needles for those, but those are now, in addition with that, I also have a tarp with that in case a situation where someone's been in an accident and the accident has decapitated them, have the tarp to block the view of the traffic from the decapitated body, because yeah, that 8-year-old girl that's riding with mommy and daddy to school doesn't need to see a decapitated body. So yeah. So moving on, a mug with a lid. Not for me, but most drivers would appreciate a gift like that. But I have a rule in my truck: if you cannot seal it after you open it, it ain't coming on this truck. So pretty much bottled drinks, and not glass bottles. Nope, nope. Because most glass bottles, once you take the cap off, that cap ain't going back on that glass bottle. On most of them, there are some of them, but yeah, canned drinks, fast food cups are not allowed on this truck whatsoever. But some drivers appreciate that, because I see some truck drivers go in, fill their mug up with coffee, and that mug is like a 2-gallon size thing. So, now next in the list, tactical wallet. That's not much of a truck driver thing. That's more of a guy thing, or that guy who's into tactical things. But yeah, it just depends on that individual's taste that you're buying the gift for. Next on the list is sunglasses. It's a necessity in this job. Hey, if it's to that person's taste, tactical sunglasses. No, I just have a cheap pair from Dollar General on my truck. I'm content with that. I mean, they don't have to be fancy for me, but yeah, maybe for that individual you're buying the gift for might like the tactical sunglasses, or maybe for if it's your daughter that's just got her CDL, might like the really big framed Gucci sunglasses, something like that. So moving on, towels. Actually, absolutely a necessity. Because I mean, I know the truck stops provide towels. Most of them. There are some truck stops that don't. And then also, my company, they have their main yard and then their terminals throughout the country, and they have showers, but the terminals ain't gonna provide towels. In my company, at least, anyway. But hey, if you're driving for a company that does, congratulations to you. Now, next on the list is snacks. My honest opinion about snacks: if it's something that they do enjoy eating or whatever, yeah. But now, if you're just buying just random crap, no, don't even bother, because that crap is gonna get old and stink before anybody does anything with it. Yeah, no. Now, me, it ain't gonna get old and stink in my truck. It'll go in the trash. Now, next on the list, emergency urinal. I'm gonna hold off and move that one down to the bottom of my list, because the last two items is items that I discourage. So I'm gonna hold off on that one, because that's gonna go part with one of those items. Then next on the list, a multi-tool. Never had the need for one. I do have it, but I don't have the need for it. But yeah, I have a Leatherman multi-tool. It's a cool little thing, but not yet ever had needed in this job. But it's a good gift idea. They make some freaking cool ones. I mean, awesome ones. But yeah, just depends on that individual. Um, and then next on the list, dash cam. And dash cam, in my opinion, a dash cam is a necessity in this job. Now, I know a lot of owner operators, depending on the insurance company's policies, a lot of owner operators are required, their insurance companies are requiring them to have a dash cam. But I'd say look up before buying the dash cam, look up the reviews on it before you buy it, because there's some dash cams that they have it so complicated to where you have to work with it a lot before you can get it to actually record, because I went through 2 different dash cams before I got the one I was happy with, because when I plug them, when I would pull the SD card out, screen would be black and it's all audio. It wasn't actually recording video. It was just recording audio, and I had to work with them to get them to record, and gave up on them until I got the one dash cam I was happy with. And GoPro, awesome gift idea, because the GoPro, they don't perform what I expected them to, but they're still good cameras. So the way I have it set up in my truck, I have the dash cam that I bought at Best Buy, that's on a constant loop recording 24/7, and I have 2 different GoPro cameras that I turn on and off as I please, and they have their little mounts with the clips that I can stick to the bill of my hat and record, walk around my truck or whatever. I may post up some future videos using it that way, but we'll see what the future holds. Now, moving on, keychain. Depending on that individual's taste. Now, me, the coolest keychain, in my opinion, in the world, and yeah, it's on the other side of my curtain inside the ignition, so I'm going to leave it there. The coolest keychain in the world, in my opinion, it's the ZZ Top Lightning Bolt keychain, like you see in the music videos. So yeah, it's nothing fancy. It doesn't have a flashlight or something or a bottle opener. I mean, it just depends on that individual's taste, or if they're even interested in a keychain at all. Or some people like the D-rings. They can just clip to their belt loop. And then moving on, TV accessories. I mean, I have a TV with the antenna on it, and I have a DVD player hooked up to it. It's something to keep myself entertained. And actually, and this is what I tell my family, don't buy me any kind of game system or any kind of console, because it will stay at the house. I will not take it on the road with me. The reason being is because I'm guilty of this. How many of you trying to get Mario up to the 8th level intended to spend just an hour on that game, and then all of a sudden you've been on it for 7 hours? So yeah, in this job there is no game system going in this truck, because I'm not going to put other people's life at risk by fighting to stay awake while I'm driving. So moving on, a microwave. Microwave is a good idea, but one thing that I do want to point out, some other drivers might think differently, but in my opinion, the microwave that I have, if I ever come across one of these microwaves, this one's getting replaced. This one was a gift to me, and I do use it, but my preference on a microwave, with it being in a vehicle, I want me a microwave without the turntable, because to be honest with you, I'd rather have one that I don't have to reposition the turntable each time I need to use it. I would rather throw one of those meal things inside the microwave, that require 1 minute to cook, I'd rather set it for 30 seconds, flip it around, than another 30 seconds. Now, moving on. Now, the last two items in the list, this is items that I'm discouraging. But spotlights or add-on lights. The reason why I'm discouraging that is because there is enough drivers that are blinding the crap out of everybody with add-on lights. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this: if it's someone who knows how to adjust the headlights or the add-on lights properly without blinding everybody, chances are they already have the add-on lights that they're happy with. And the reason being, another thing with that too is you can't cheap out on something like that, because I've seen some lights that'll be properly adjusted while they're at the truck stop, but as soon as they go on that on-ramp and hit a few bumps later on the interstate, they're out of adjustment and blinding the crap out of everybody. So I discourage buying add-on lights as a gift, because yeah, there's enough people getting blinded as it is anyway. And also people, and there are some people who don't even know about how to adjust them. So I'm discouraged. I'm gonna go ahead and discourage that as a gift idea. Now, last thing on the list, survival items. I mentioned the emergency urinal earlier. I'm including that with survival items because, to be honest with you, there is really not enough people. There is not enough people that's really interested in crap like that. Like to point out, like survival items, if I'm stranded in the snow for 2 weeks, I have enough food to get by on my truck to do me for that 2 weeks. I don't need MREs because, yeah, I've served 14 years in the Army. No more of that shit. I have normal food that I can live off of for 2 weeks. I'm going to include the emergency urinal in this, but any kind of survival items like bull crap that converts urine to water, bull crap, no. So yeah, no. Because I mean, honestly, this is truck driving. This isn't some survival wilderness show. We're not, I mean, this is truck driving, not being stranded on an island. So, but yeah, that's all I've got on that. So until next time, be safe out there. Hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving and Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or whatever your denominational beliefs are. So until next time, be safe and don't drink the fish tank cleaner. Thanks.